that makes sense. 50% of all wiring tasks are in electrical.
Guys.
But 0% of all second wiring tasks.
This is some 50 IQ shit. He jumped to the vent.
So I was trying to like go back and forth in the area.
Don't let him speak, Lily.
Me, and I just walked in.
You're like a bunny rabbit. Pop, pop, into the vent you go.
I'm voting Lily. You've convinced me.
Hey guys, thanks for watching another Among Us Academy video. Today we'll be talking about the fixed wiring order, in particular on the Skeld. You probably felt that you've always done the top storage wires, followed by a sense of deja vu as you go to admin and do the wires there, but you never seem to do it the other way around. And yes, that's because there is an order to the fixed wiring task, one of the two common tasks on the Skeld. Just like fuel engines, download, upload, divert power, etc., there is an order in which you can do this task. And note that fixed wiring is always a common task on every single one of the three maps. There have been posts on Reddit about fixed wiring order, but they've all been what I found super complicated, relying on permutations, probabilities, and other fancy statistical analysis. Just doing a search, we found previous posts, such as this one, which has a flowchart showing the fixed wiring pattern, how you can start in electrical, go to navigation, security, cafeteria, security, navigation, and all these other permutations. In itself is actually not accurate, and I find it a bit difficult to understand. Likewise, you've had these other posts which go through the different permutations that you can have on the Among Us competitive subreddit. And again, you have other posts, including one posted on the right just 24 hours ago, which go through the exhaustive permutation list, apparently, of the different order that people can do wires in. I know for one, I'm not going to remember all of these. What we need is an easy way to remember the wiring order. The previous Reddit posts and permutations are way too complicated for people like me. And instead, we need a simple way to remember the order of the wires on the Skeld. And thankfully, there is one. So we're all familiar with the Skeld by now, and I've highlighted in red boxes the location of all the 6 fixed wiring tasks. What you will notice is that there's an actual order to them. So the first one starts in electrical, the second one starts at the top of storage, third one is at the entrance of admin, the fourth one is at navigation, the fifth one is at the top left of cafeteria, and the sixth one is at security. You'll soon see there is a pattern emerging. First wire always goes before the second wire. The second wire at storage goes to the third wire goes to the fourth wire in navigation, which goes to the fifth wire at top of cafeteria, which goes to the sixth wire. Essentially, you can only ever do wires in this order. And if you look at it, it becomes quite simple. It's basically a counterclockwise circle that starts in electrical, which makes sense because you're fixing wires after all. So we can basically summarize it as this is the Skeld fixed wire order. So you can only ever fix wires in this order, in a counterclockwise order. You can never go clockwise or go back in this order. So for example, if you start in electrical, you have to have your next wire at the other 5 places, but you can never have a second or third wire in electrical because that would involve going backwards as one of the 3 fixed wiring locations. You can use this to your advantage by picking out imposters who, for some reason, do their second wires in electrical or start their wires in security, which is impossible. In summary, I think knowing the order of the fixed wiring on the Skeld is relatively simple. It just basically goes in a counterclockwise direction, starting where wires usually start in electrical. And you go from here to here to here to here to here to here. So you can go from electrical to admin to cafeteria, but you can never go electrical, cafeteria, admin, for example. And I think that's relatively simple. It's just like how people know the fuel engines task starts from here, goes to this one, goes back to this one, and goes back to that one. I think knowing this isn't too try hard. It's a little bit advanced, but I think it's well worth it because if you know it and other imposters don't, then you can catch them faking the wire tasks quite easily until they catch on. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also feel free to comment on which map you would like me to do next. We can talk about Polis or Mirror HQ because the same concept of wiring orders applies to both of those maps too.